Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Wednesday called for more pressure on Moscow during a trip to Denmark. Beginning a visit to European allies, he hopes will unveil plans for security guarantees for Kyiv.
Russia keeps hitting our energy sector, hitting every day, and we need enough capabilities to protect ourselves. Putin hopes winter will kill our people where his troops cannot reach, and we cannot let them happen. Air defense is absolutely strategic.
Zelensky's comments come after Russia launched a sweeping overnight attack on Ukraine that injured at least 4 railway workers and damaged critical infrastructure. While in the eastern town of Kostiantynivka, at least 9 people were killed, according to regional officials.
Russia rejects any attempt to end the war and wants to keep fighting.
During a press conference in China, Russian President Vladimir Putin said there was a chance to end the war, quote, if common sense prevails, but added, quote, if not, then we will have to resolve all the tasks before us by force of arms. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday that he has no further message for Putin and awaits a decision from the Russian leader.
He knows where I stand, and he'll make a decision one way or the other. Whatever his decision is, we'll either be happy about it or unhappy, and if we're unhappy about it, you'll see things happen.
Putin said he has never ruled out the possibility of meeting Zelensky, but that any such meeting should be held in Moscow, a proposal swiftly dismissed by Ukraine's foreign minister as unacceptable.
I ran some classes before leaving for those who were still there, and then people began leaving, one after the other.
Volodymyr Sukhanov lived in Enerhodar for 30 years. He moved to the southern Ukrainian city from Moscow as the Soviet Union was falling apart. A family-friendly place where he spent his days teaching children how to play chess. But both Enerhodar and the nearby Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant were taken over by Moscow's forces weeks after Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022. Sukhanov and many others fled. He's now living in nearby Zaporizhzhia, teaching boys and girls who also escaped to the area still controlled by Ukraine's government. The departures have left Enerhodar a ghost town. By 2024, the city's population had shrunk by over half, according to the occupation administration. Reuters journalists did not visit Enerhodar for this story.
Some thought that Russia was better. I was really aware of this, but during lessons I treated everyone the same. Irrespective of who their parents were, what their views on life were.
The word Enerhodar means the gift of energy, and for decades, workers at the nuclear power plant lived there comfortably with their young families. But now it's become a key part of the wider plan to Russify Ukraine, replacing a potentially disloyal population with one that only identifies with Moscow. And nowhere is this control more obvious than among the city's children.
When the children sat together, one of them said they were told that Ukrainians were bad people. A 7th grade boy stood up and said, "You can't say this. This is our country. You Russians came to us." That is, he stated his position and his family suffered for it. Russian authorities came to their home and confronted the family.
Katerina is a teacher, one of the many who fled Enerhodar. She now teaches students who are similarly exiled and who describe their lives under Russian occupation. The Ukrainian Education Ministry says 80% of teachers have left the city since the invasion. These children in Zaporizhzhia, had their families not fled the occupied territories, will be taught a curriculum based on patriotism. Ukrainian children are indoctrinated to be loyal to Russian President Vladimir Putin and to Russian state energy giant Rosatom, which helps control the city. Some families have tried teaching their children themselves at home, but there's patchy internet, and the authorities are cracking down on online Ukrainian classes. Escaping Russian schooling is almost impossible.
Дуже багато говориться про
A lot is said about Putin being a great person.
тому таке, ну,
To be honest, some students said everything inside them churns when they hear all this.
Rosatom, which operates the Zaporizhia plant, is fully involved in education. Russian officials say the company has paid for repairs and school equipment, including a swimming pool. Rosatom and the occupation administration said they were trying to build a brighter future for the city, a city where Russia is repossessing homes once owned by Ukrainians. Enerhodar's occupation mayor denied attempting to replace the population and said a substantial portion of arrivals are former residents. But from 2023, the new authorities in Enerhodar said residents had to register their home ownership with conditions. You have to have a Russian passport and fill out piles of paperwork. The Kremlin didn't respond to requests for comment.
Of course, they take away houses and flats and hand it over to other people. The fake administration gives it to other people. They move in and live in the housing belonging to Enerhodar residents.
Vadim Yakishev runs a humanitarian aid hub for Enerhodar residents. With about half the city's original inhabitants gone, Russian families are settling in.
I understand that my home is gone. So do all the others that have left Enerhodar. You have to rent a place. The feeling that you own an apartment is gone. It's out there somewhere, but it's gone.
Enerhodar is now a shadow of its former self, and so are its residents.
I would never have imagined there would be war between Ukraine and Russia, but I do remember well that when I entered Ukraine, I thought, what would I do if suddenly, purely theoretically, there was war? It did not make sense. But what if? What if it happens? I asked myself this question.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.